What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers pulled off a great team win tonight, beating the Cleveland Cavaliers on the road, 121 to 115. Lakers are now still 3 games over 500 after losing to the Dallas Mavericks in a game that they should have won. That is, still frustrates me. But we got this win, and this was huge. And in my opinion, this was the most notable road win thus far this season, simply on the fact that the Lakers have been abysmal on the road. Their two only road wins have came in season tournament games against the Phoenix Suns, who did have Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. And then we beat the Portland Trail Blazers on the road. But this was the first game in which, hey, we're going into a solid Cleveland team. We're going on the road. We have not been good on the road. This is a team that, unlike the Suns at the time, we're trying to figure stuff out. Not that we aren't also and dealing with injuries. We're shorthanded, backs against the wall. Right? We need this win. We got the beginning of a 4-game road trip. You always want to get that first one. And the Lakers did it, right? In a game in which LeBron struggled shooting the basketball. He was big, and he had some very nice moments for us, especially on the defensive side of things, which we'll touch on here in a moment. But to see guys step up in a game where LeBron James struggled, and he's carried us pretty much the entirety of the season thus far. You got no size out on the perimeter, right? You got Jared Vanderbilt out, Cam Reddish, and Rui Hachimura. It was like, where are we going to see that step up? And you saw Austin Reeves was excellent. He was putting on an absolute clinic and playmaking wise, which he's struggled making plays for others thus far this season, right? He's good at finding the open man, but it's one thing to find the open man in the corner, another thing to actually make plays and find the cutter or whatever. And he did a really good job with that. Him and Hayes had some nice connections. Speaking of Hayes really played great, stepped up, just being that rim runner and just lob threat. Just the energy he provides, the energy in which he brings. Christian Wood was fantastic, although I wish he would have gotten a little more playing time. And I have talked about how with Rui out, Christian Wood, this is his opportunity to step up and really kind of play a bigger role. I would have liked to see him get a little more minutes this game, but 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3 was massive for us. I've talked about this before. If Christian Wood can give us that 10 to 15 a night games, then the Lakers are going to be very good and very tough to beat. Defensively, we weren't great, but I did like when we needed to lock down and we needed to strain a couple stops together. We were able to do that, close out this win in the fourth quarter. Max Christie, huge, right? I know you may look at it and go, oh man, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, right? He had a good game. No, he had a great game. To be the primary defender on Donovan Mitchell and hold him to 4 of 18 shooting, him and Taurean Prince were basically the two guys on him, to go from basically getting no minutes at all to now all of a sudden stepping in and being a starter with the toughest defensive assignment night in and night out. That's not easy for anybody, let alone a 20-year-old kid. He had the defensive assignment of defending Kyrie Irving and now has the defensive assignment to defend Donovan Mitchell. And he was great, held his own. I loved it. I loved what I saw from him. And then, again, to lose Cam Reddish hurt. Because Cam Reddish has been our best perimeter defender, our best on-ball defender. He has been just fantastic, leading the league in deflections. His size, his athleticism. He's actually been able to score the basketball for us too, which has been nice, right? You lose that, that's tough enough because you got Jared Vanderbilt out, got Gabe Vincent. That's 3 of our top 4 defensive guys. That hurts. It's going to hurt any team. But then you add insult to injury, literally, and Rui Hachimura is now out at least a week, probably closer to 2, with that after he had to have that procedure for a nasal fracture. It's man, we have this sizable depth of perimeter wings and all that stuff, and it's now they're all out. And the Lakers rallied together, and they got the win. And this is what shows, these type of wins are the things that show the depth and the potential of this team, right? Lakers, in my opinion, have not played like a contender. Right? Like, I wouldn't bet on the Lakers right now to win the NBA championship, but they have shown spots. They have shown moments. They have shown quarters, right? They have shown what this team could look like, and we haven't even been healthy. The fact that we are 3 games over 500, 10-7 on the season, with the second toughest schedule in the Western Conference behind the Phoenix Suns, and we've basically been ravished by injuries all season thus far in the first 17 games we've played, and we're still able to go into Cleveland missing 4 of our key rotation guys and go and get a win. That's huge for the Lakers. And that's why I'm so confident in this Lakers team. That's why I do believe that they could still hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy. They still have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of just things that they need to figure out, right? Like, they're nowhere near a finished product. But they are showing excellent just fight. I'm still frustrated by not this game. This game, they were consistent start to finish. And I love that, right? Like, first quarter, I didn't like how we kind of let them run away a little bit. But we righted the ship in the second, ended up going back and forth in the third, and we're able to close it out strong in the fourth. Especially this type of game, this type of game is going to be how many playoff games and stuff are. That roller coaster type of game where it's just a game of runs. No one ever has a 10-point lead. It's like Cleveland goes on a run, the Lakers go on a run. Cleveland goes on a run, the Lakers go on a run. And then who's going to come out on top at the end? And the Lakers were able to do that. These are the type of wins that are very notable. These are the type of wins that the Lakers are going to need. And I love that we were able to do that. But I want to see more games like this. The energy, the effort, the intensity, locking down, trying to get after it, right? That's been the biggest issue with the Lakers. The big problem with the Lakers thus far this season is just lack of energy and effort. It's literally what it boils down to. And it was nice to see the Lakers actually play with some of that this game. And I hope that this is a trend more than an outlier, right? And Anthony Davis. Right? Anthony Davis was huge for the Lakers. But also, it's nice when Anthony Davis is given the basketball. He got 20 shot attempts. But guys were actively trying to find him. LeBron James was trying to find him. D'Angelo Russell was trying to find him. Austin Reeves was trying to find him. Guys were trying to get Anthony Davis the basketball. I've been critical of AD. I've talked about AD. I've talked about my frustrations with AD. AD needs to be more assertive. Needs to be more demanding of the basketball. I get that. But he's not a perimeter guy. He's not the guy that's inbounding the basketball and bringing it up and he can get himself established. No, he's not. He's a guy that has to be fed the basketball. And in a game in which LeBron James just didn't have it offensively, Anthony Davis stepped up. And a lot of it was we got him the basketball. In the fourth quarter, we were making sure he got the basketball. And he gave us 10 points in the fourth? That's huge. That's what we need from AD. But that's also what we need from the team. And LeBron James, even with his struggles, still was great. He had several impact games, several impact moments. That strip from Evan Mobley, him playing defense on Donovan Mitchell, right? He had that sequence where he was able to deny Mitchell the basketball. Mitchell eventually ended up getting the basketball, and then he was able to force the ball out of Mitchell's hands. Those type of things that LeBron James can do are impactful. We got to take care of the basketball, though, still, especially from Anthony Davis and LeBron James, right? I don't know how many times this season I have said that the Lakers have a bunch of turnovers, and more than half of them are coming from 2 guys, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And again, this game, Lakers had 18 turnovers, and guess who had a total of 9? LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis with 5 turnovers, LeBron with 4. Got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, especially when they're the 2 guys that have the ball in their hands more than anybody, right? They're the guys that are getting the most attempts. D'Angelo Russell, who he's been our best taking care of the basketball for a heavy usage guy, did have 4 turnovers, and 3 of those were early on. I like that he corrected it and was able to take care of the basketball as he progressed throughout this game. But he didn't have a very notable game. Prince still need to see him hit shots. But the Lakers shared and moved the basketball, which I love. I've talked about this constantly. Lakers had 34 assists. 34. I believe the Lakers are undefeated when the Lakers get 30 assists or more this season. Right? And I talked about that in preseason. Right? That the Lakers, when they're sharing the basketball, they're extremely tough to stop because they have so many weapons, so many threats. And move the basketball. I get so frustrated when I see us just killing the shot clock. There's no action. There's no movement. Everything's just stagnant. Everyone's just standing around. And now we take some like bailout three, or we got to take some forced shot. Like, for what? Right? Like, move, share the ball, get guys going. It usually leads to success. It usually leads to wins. And that's what we saw this game. So I hope we get more of that. This was a big game. This was very important. Again, we didn't want to go on another losing streak. We've won, 7 out of our last 10, right? Something like that, or 7 out of our last 9. Whatever it is, like, we got to continue in this positive direction. Continue to make these positive strides. Continue to build in the direction of being a true championship contender, which I do believe the Lakers can be. Like I said, I don't think they're there yet. I don't. But I do think that they can get there. They have shown enough that this team can be a very good basketball team. Even with all the ailments, even with everything, the Lakers are still 3 games over 500. That's really good. Really good. All things considered, right? But hopefully Reeves continues to play well. Reeves has been playing better basketball as of late. We need that. We need these type of games from him. I'm not saying he has to go give you 10 assists a game, but 15, 5, and 5 from Reeves, that's perfect to me, right? On efficiency, which he was. He was 50% from the field, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. I'm totally okay with that. Give me 15 to 17 a night consistently like clockwork. Everyone has their bad games. Everyone has their rough games. I get that. But it's the consistency with the Lakers have been the issue. The Lakers can consistently get it together, then we're going to be good. Our offense is there. I've talked about that going into the season, that I thought we'd be one of the better offenses in the league, and we have been, right? Or at least when we play the way we can play, we have been, right? And then you get back Jared Vanderbilt, you get back Cam Reddish, you get back Gabe Vincent. Now you have your defensive guys. Maybe the Lakers can actually be a good defensive team. And for those that don't think so, the Lakers went from middle of the pack, basically where they are right now defensively, to number 1 defensively with just Jared Vanderbilt last year. Something very similar could happen this year. And then you also have Gabe Vincent and you have a Cam Reddish. We didn't have a guy like Cam Reddish last year, especially as good defensively as he's been. So I like where the Lakers are at. We need to keep rattling off these wins here, right? We can't take our foot off the gas. We got to keep pushing. Let's go on another win streak. I said I wanted bare minimum 2-2 on this road trip, which is good. That means now we're in a good position, especially with the Pistons coming up. That should be at least 2 wins. But I want one of these wins against the Sixers or the Thunder. I need at least what? If we could go 3-1, that would be perfect. I said I wanted 2-2. I said 3-1 would be fantastic. If we beat the Sixers, I wouldn't be surprised if we go 4-0. Which, if that happens, watch out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What'd you think? How'd you feel about today's win? Did you love it? Was it kind of just like, hey, got to do better? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. I appreciate you all. See you in the next one. Thank you.